This week in Tesla just never stops. There's always something going
Ever.
on, and I haven't even got enough time to go through it all. So we're just going to pick a few topics here. One of them is Unplugged Performance, who you may remember last year modified a Tesla Model 3 to run Pikes Peak in a race. They unfortunately they ran one race fine. The second race they kind of went off road and destroyed the car, and they had to rebuild it over 20 or 48 hours. They got back in the race and they didn't do quite as well because, of course, the driver and whoever was probably a little bit shook up from the crash on the second race. But they did get it in and do that. But the story this week is letting you know that Unplugged Performance has got another Model 3 and they will be participating in Pikes Peak 2021. So we'll watch and see if they can break the course record this year. Secondly, it was revealed that the Gigafactory Berlin is, of course, receiving Giga presses, they call them, in order to make those massive die casts that they're using to put together the front and the back of the Model Y. But what was revealed today is that they're going to have 8 of them in operations. So there's been some talk about how Fremont Factory has 2 of them. Berlin has gone all in. They're going to have 8. And there's a math equation talking about how many cars can actually be made with 8 of these gigapresses in operation. And the number that it puts out is crazy high. Like we're talking 2.5 million vehicles over a year with all the gigapresses combined. So Tesla could be possibly sandbagging their numbers about what they're going to make next year because that number is sitting around 900,000. So we don't. This is speculation, but it is interesting that Berlin will have 8 of these presses, and they are being put in place as we speak.
You get a Tesla. You get a Tesla. You get a Tesla.
You want to keep getting all the latest news in advanced technology and alt mobility? Make sure you subscribe to our channel.
Also, Tesla, in the world of finance, decided in their wisdom to actually invest in Bitcoin this week. They bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin.
Allegedly.
And no, not allegedly.
They had to file this paperwork. They can't cheat and lie. Come on.
I had to file the paperwork when I bought 1.5
They filed the
billion
paperwork
in
on a
Bitcoin.
cryptocurrency that can't really be traced, is what you're saying.
Well, I mean, you can't totally trace it if they put their address in there.
If they did, right? But
They get in trouble for lying to the investors, though.
there have been some journalists
Dogecoin.
trying to track this down and have not yet been able to track it down. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
So it's interesting that they've taken this move. As Patrick had mentioned at the Tesla Life, we talked a little bit more in depth about what were the reasons behind this. What were the contributing factors for them to do this? They're even indicating that they may be taking some Bitcoin for payment on their vehicles over the future. So I don't know. It's a strange, I guess, a strange set of events that have got them into this. It is indicated that this could be for strictly financial investment abilities, that they could put money away into something that is definitely been appreciating in value. Bitcoin, if you don't know, is a cryptocurrency stock that has gone up and down wildly over its life. In fact, in the past 2.5 years, it's gone from $3,000 for one Bitcoin to $44,000 today. So there's been ups and downs all the way through it, but it's an interesting piece of information that Tesla is now involved with Bitcoin, and of course that certainly affected Bitcoin's price, and the market certainly took it in a positive way. So
It did?
absolutely it did. So having someone, and of course Tesla is not the first that's invested in this. There are other companies that have done it as well. But not any of them, of course, with the notoriety that Tesla has, because, of course, they're the huge story wherever they go. But interesting anyways. And our final story to touch upon, which is really exciting, is that Germany has just approved level 4 autonomy on certain regions within the country. So what they're doing is they're going to allow automakers to run level 4. Of course, there's going to be oversight and they're getting reports on how it's going and things of that nature. But level 4 autonomy is just one below the final level of level 5. And as Patrick had mentioned, a level 4 difference between that and level 5 is basically that it may not be able to run in all weather conditions. There may be something like sleet and snow that would prevent it from running in that type of scenario. And I'm sorry, Patrick, I forgot the other item. What was the other item?
Location.
Location.
Location. So yeah, you can restrict the domain to locations or weather conditions or daytime or nighttime. Level 4 is like the perfect thing for a tram from the long-term parking to a airport, right? It only runs in that domain. Yeah, there's lots of great uses for level 4.
So of course,
to operate on
this,
paved roads.
yeah. So this of course is great for Tesla because of course they're moving in that way anyways with their full self-driving beta currently that they're looking to expand. And of course, this is one of the jurisdictions, one of the countries that are going to allow them to test their wares on roads once they get to that fully automated level that they're comfortable with. So it's interesting that Germany, a large, obviously a large country, a country that is well immersed in automotive culture, that they've decided that yes, autonomy is going to be something that we're going to have to embrace, and they're one of the early ones out of the gate to start to embrace it, so that they're ahead of the curve. So it'll be interesting to see what other countries follow Germany's lead.
150 miles an hour down the Autobahn.
Oh, that's California.
But the great thing about this, of course, is that it's going to bring that Saturday Night Live skit to life from the 90s. Of course, Toons is the cat will be able to drive its car autonomously down the road.
Oh, geez. Wow, a Toons reference. Nice.